Welcome to Simply Liminal. My name is Stacy. This is my daily 2-card reading for Tuesday, March 12th, 2024. We're just pushing right into this crazy old month of March. This week we are working with the Urban Crow Tarot, the Urban Crow Oracle by MJ Cullinane. I have her Crow Tarot too, and often when I speak, I just mingle those words and I make a word like Terrical. Which is not a word, but maybe it should be. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of tarot decks now that are getting to have a lot more of an oracle card vibe to them, which is a great thing. I mean, it's very expressive. Though the first deck in tarot that I ever worked with was the, the classic Wright, Smith, Waite, Smith, I can't even talk. The classic tarot that we see, the Smith, Waite tarot with the artwork by Pamela Coleman Smith. That is the deck that I first worked with, but I have several other tarot decks and I love the energy that each one of them brings with the different artwork. But we're not talking about tarot decks today, not even MJ's Crow Tarot. We're working with the Urban Crow Oracle today. And so we're going to take a look at this deck. Just like I always do, I look at a 2-card reading where I look at the energy and focus of the day. I've just been enjoying spreading this deck out so much because it's so pretty. Just, if this isn't just like a description of a liminal space with the back of these cards, I don't know what is. Gorgeous. Anyway, we look at the energy of the day, which is the force that's directed at us to us from the universe, from our environment, messages that we get from our inner self, our soul, our spirit guides and guardians. That is the energy of the day. And then the focus is the intention, the effort, or the response that we put into that, because ultimately we're co-creating here with spirit. Spirit isn't doing this all on its own, and we certainly cannot do it all on its own. So we're co-creating, and it's like a symbiotic relationship. And they help us, and we make a choice and hopefully do something that helps everybody in the collective. Even if that collective is just our individual family or our work family that day or the people at the grocery store, it's important. Now, before I do any of these readings, I open a circle of light and love and protection around myself. And that circle extends to you, anyone who watches this reading, no matter when it is, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, or next year, or 3 years from now. Whenever you watch this reading, know that you're protected. Also know that I believe that no matter when you watch this reading, even if it doesn't match the timestamp on the video, there's a message for you in it. Spirit is your messengers, your spirit guides and guardians. Someone has a message for you in this deck, in this reading. I truly believe that. So dates don't really matter. Spirit does not work on our human calendar. That's for certain. So let's look at the energy of the day. Energy card, and then let's look at the focus. There is our focus card, and let us see what this day has in store for us. So our energy is perspective. Now this is interesting. This card came up for us a couple days ago, but it was in the focus position. So perspective was our response to the day. But today, this is the energy we're getting, perspective. So be aware that sometimes we need to step back and look at things a little bit differently. Or as this crow is doing, he's hanging upside down from a branch because he's seeing the world differently, or he's reaching food that he couldn't reach otherwise. He's shifting his world and his view of it to learn something new or see something new. And so this day, Tuesday, March 12th, there is a perspective here that we need to be aware of. I don't know what's going to happen in the world today. March is a funny old month, and the energy has felt very blustery, and a little uneasy. But remember, perspective is important. So let's take a look. And when we say perspective, this could be the universe's perspective. This could be our perspective at something. This could be other people's perspective of us. So what she says is, crows really do hang upside down. I received emails after my Crow Tarot deck was released letting me know of upside down crow sightings. The birds take this position to get food that would not be attainable otherwise. When you change how you approach the situation or obstacle and see it from a different angle, you will also realize there is more information available if you know where to look. So today, this is our perspective. So we have our energy. So we have this perspective is coming at us, which is a gift, because if spirit is whispering in our ears that we need to have a different perspective, that's important. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Really pay attention and alter your perspective and look at somebody from someone else's viewpoint, or from a whole different environment's viewpoint. Like, sometimes one of the hardest things is, I think, work. You know, you look at it from your perspective, whatever your position is in the company that you work for. Step back and take a look at it from your employer's perspective, or maybe the perspective of housekeeping or kitchen staff. Perspective is important. So let us look at the focus. We have a scavenge, which is interesting with this perspective energy. So we're scavengers now. Here we got a crow. He's on a tin can. He's trying to get himself some food. I did not expect this to come with perspective, but it's really interesting that we're scavenging and we're looking at the focus being, the energy being perspective, and we are scavenging with it. What does that mean? Are we picking and choosing, looking at a different perspective that we normally wouldn't do because we have to? Like, this crow is scavenging food because he has to. So is our perspective going to be something that we have to do something differently because of something going on in our life? I'm sure interested now to see what this day has in store for us. Let me read what she writes in here about this card. As I said, I feel like it's very important. The effort that the authors of these decks go into writing in the guidebooks is important. That's why I always like to give them due diligence and read what the authors have written. It says here, scavenge. The crow searches for anything, even the smallest crumb of food. Although insight might be gained and scavenging can promise brain development, the crow's attention is on an area that may not yield the greatest reward. A scavenge suggests that you may be settling for less because it is easy. Your attention may be on a situation that holds little promise, yet at the same time you are hoping to find some source of nourishment and value. So scavenge here is telling us that, well, our perspective is on one thing. We might be missing an important perspective on a completely different area of our lives. And I really think that's the message we have here today. And so I'm thankful for MJ and the insight that she put into that book, because this helps things feel much clearer to me. We know that we can step back and look at perspective differently. But here's the idea. Maybe we just always take the same perspective. We always take the same can to get the crumbs out of, when we could, like, move 2 alleys over and find a much better food for us with our perspective. So be aware of the day and look at it maybe from multiple different perspectives and see what works best for you. Because from the perspective you're used to, or even from taking an angle that you kind of have every now and then, you could be missing something much different, much better, much more important and helpful in your life. So this is going to be an interesting day. I'm really curious to see how this day plays out. I love the messages in this deck, even sometimes when they make me feel uncomfortable and I'm just like, nah, I don't know. I love this deck. She has beautiful insight for us in here. So I hope you found this reading helpful. I hope you've connected with it in some way. I would love to hear what you're thinking about these readings. I would also love to hear what you think about MJ's Urban Crow Oracle deck, or if you've worked with any of her other decks or have seen them. I would love to hear what you think about them as well. They're beautiful. She has beautiful stuff. She has a new Oracle deck coming out soon, and I'm excited. I'm waiting for it. So it will make an appearance at some time when it makes an appearance in my life. Anyway, please like, please subscribe, please share these readings and these videos so I can help this channel grow, so I can help carry this message to more people. Ultimately, I want people to know that they can find messages from spirit or from their guides and guardians or from their soul through these cards, you know, and that's a beautiful gift for us. And I just want people to be aware. I just want to help people understand their connection with spirit as well as their inner self. So I am so grateful to you all. My name is Stacy. Thank you for visiting Simply Liminal with me. Have a wonderful day.